You guys, this wig is probably one of my most imperfectly perfect units I've ever made. And that's okay because it's mine. The highlight of the show is the tips that I've learned and the plug on this gorgeous hair. So let's get into it. So jumping right in, this hair is from Desired Bundles here in Houston, but they will ship and deliver to surrounding areas. Keep that in mind. These lengths are 20, 22, and 24 with an 18-inch HD closure. Now, this hair was full from the wefts to the end. That's my first tip. When making your first wig, get you some affordable quality hair. And those two things don't really go in the same sentence nowadays. And the whole point of making this wig is to save money. We're not going to spend $1,000 to make this wig when we could have just had someone make it for us. That's the whole point, right? So if you're looking for a vendor, you're welcome. There was no shedding. The hair took to color very well without bleach. It's affordable and luscious hair. And I will be linking all of her information below to where you can purchase the hair. Now, the next part's going to go pretty quickly because I got a lot to say. The next tip would be to understand how you want to wear your closure. I wanted a natural look, so I went with the method to where you are making lines where my fingers are pointing, you're making lines, and then you're going in between those lines and you're plucking another line that diffuses the hairline and make it look more natural. If you want to do it the old school way where you just want to wear the closure and do a part, then that's on you. You just do that. But I wanted to be able to push the hair back and wear it more of a natural look. So that's why I went for this, to diffuse the hairline so it wasn't so heavy in the front. And this is what I came out with. I'm not perfect at it, but it comes with practice. So next tip would be to bleach the knots. And that's really not a tip here. I'm just adding that as a part of the closure process because after you do the plucking, you go in and you bleach the knots. But here I'm showing you guys what it looks like after I bleach the knots. And now I'm ready to start with the wig itself. Next tip is, if you are not comfortable with bleaching or coloring the hair, have somebody else do it for you. Go to Paul Mitchell and see, or some school, and see if someone who is a colorist and they wouldn't mind doing it for you for a cheap price, have them do it for you. Or just leave it the color that it is, because honestly, if I hadn't changed my hair color, I would have left it that color and been safe with that. One of the most important tips is get the right cap. I got the wrong cap, and you guys will see my preferred cap in the next clip. I love this cap because it's easy to draw your sewing guidelines onto the seams on this cap. It's absolutely perfect. So when I get ready to sew on my closure, I make sure that I leave about an inch space in between the front of the closure and the cap. I never let those two meet at the same point. So I'm sewing on the closure. There's really no technique to this. I just sew like I'm knitting a sweater or something. Another tip is push pins. If you have push pins, this is going to be your friend to hold down the closure so it will not move while you are sewing. And here's the finished product. And the next tip is to draw your guidelines. This is where I would prefer to have my other cap, but I'm dealing with raggedy here, so I had to do the best that I could. And as you can see, it's just not giving. So I was struggle bus for sure, but I did the best that I could to at least try to adhere to the guidelines that I had drawn, which is still good. It doesn't have to be perfect because at least you know where you're going and you're not just sewing blindly. So it's very important to make sure you have the right cap and you can get those lines as clear as possible. I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of still, I was still winging it, but I got it done. So don't be like me and plan a little better than I did. So we're almost done. We're at the top and we're kind of rounding everything out. So the next clip, you'll see me kind of plucking the hairline to get some of those extra hairs off of there because I wanted to go with the middle part at this point. I end up changing my mind, so that's okay. But you guys will see the finish in a moment. I did wet the hair again so I can get a flat surface and make sure the hair was molded down. And this is, I put it under the dryer, and this is how it looks after I dried the hair. I did go in with Bio Silk to flat iron, and I'm just showing you guys a little bit of the clips of me flat ironing the hair. It did really, really well with heat. I didn't know how I wanted to wear the hair, so I'm just kind of trying to see what it's gonna look like. And another tip is to try the wig on maybe 3 times throughout the process to see if you need to make any types of adjustments, because you don't want to get through the whole process and figure out that your wig does not even fit. So here's what I use to tint the cap and to melt the cap to my head before I put on the wig. And just to speed things up, I use this Bond Baby I got from the beauty supply store to melt everything down. And it did really, really well. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it like that, but I did take out my edges or my little baby hair and put the elastic band on there. I let it sit, and this is what it looks like afterwards. I did cut the hair a little bit, but now I'm going in to perfect the part because I changed it to a side part. Me personally, I just think side parts look a little bit more natural and they're more able to be manipulated than a middle part is. But you have to make sure you get that part right and those baby hairs. If you decide to wear baby hairs, then you have to make sure you get that right. And I didn't want them to be super dramatic. I wanted them to look a little bit more natural. And in a moment, you'll see me as I try to make them as natural as possible. I didn't want them to be like, swoop-de-whoop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop. I just wanted, something nice and sleek. And it took me a minute to get it right, but eventually I got it. Now, I will say that Bond Baby, listen, she got the job done because lace wear. You cannot see lace on the front of my head. And I think it's because of the quality of the lace and also that doggone Bond Baby. That was very good, and I'm super excited about that. And y'all are seeing me struggle, okay? I'm on struggle bus with this wig, but I'm really liking the outcome. It's just taking me a moment to get it right, and that's just a testament to this process. It does take patience, but look at how gorgeous and natural that looks. Like, of course it's a wig, but look how natural it looks. It looks like it's growing out of my scalp, and that's what I wanted. I don't know if I'm going to cut more layers into this, but I'm loving the long look. Color is just flush with my skin tone. I love everything about this. I will say that the hair curls very, very well, but to keep the curls, I would use like rollers or something like that, as you'll see me do in just a moment. I'm going to roll the hair. I'm going to curl it first, and then I'm going to roll it up overnight, put it in my bonnet, and the curls are going to come out just as bouncy as, just beautiful. And you guys will see that in just a moment. Excuse my baby girl. She was ready to take a bath. So she was like, "Mommy, what's going on? What are you doing? It's bath time." So the next tip I would say is to use an elastic band. This is the one that I used. I got it from the beauty supply store. And basically I take that elastic band, and this one has Velcro on it. And this is why I wanted Velcro, so that I could be able to manage the tension. I'm a tension girly, so I can't have it too tight on my head. And you don't want to measure it to the point where you just have one set amount. And excuse the lace, this is after the fact. I had already applied the wig and melted it down. This is going to allow you to make it as tight as possible if you want, or as loose as possible with the Velcro. So don't just get a band and put it on there. Get one with a Velcro, cut it in the middle, and then sew it on the side of your closure. This is also going to allow you to wear this as a glueless unit, and that is a really big thing for me because I don't want to use so much glue and tension. So if you're that girly Definitely sew you an elastic band with Velcro on the ends. It's going to save your life and your hair as well. So the next clip, you'll see me the next day getting ready for work. I'm taking out the rollers, and I know it looks wild because it just came out of the bonnet, but when I tell y'all this hair is just gorgeous, all I did was comb it out, put a little bit of serum in it, and that was it. So guys, I wanted to come on here and let you guys know a quick review on this hair. I have been doing this for a long time, and literally I'm not being paid to say this. I'm like, there's no benefit to me saying this. This is probably the best affordable hair quality. I've bought some premium hair like that before, and this hair supersedes the quality that I've ever had, like literally, and it's affordable. From the roots to the ends. And normally long hair, the longer you get, the sparse the bundles are, like they don't come as full because they are so long. This is not the case. These bundles are so long, like they come like to my waist. It's from the weft to the ends. It's the same, like literally. The hair took color well. Now, I would recommend you getting it done by a professional. I've been doing this a long time, so I trust me. A 40 volume developer, no bleach whatsoever. And this hair colored like a dream. Do you hear me? And it's still shiny, still like, look at how I'm putting my hands through the hair. There's no shedding, like, there's no shedding, no nothing. And I mean, it's just beautiful hair. It is beautiful hair. You guys don't have to go this long, but I'm just in love with this hair. I know I'm gonna have this for a long time. And like I said, it's affordable. If you're in Houston, she delivers. Like, it's just, you don't get this very often. You don't get this. And she's a God-fearing woman. So there's integrity there as well. I'm just shocked. I'm really shocked, and I hope you guys would support Black-owned businesses. And like I said, this is not, I'm not gonna push anything that is not quality to you guys. I don't care who sends it to me. And this is a prize. So if you guys are looking for an affordable hair vendor that will give you the quality and the bang for your buck, it will exceed the quality, that you're paying for the hair. Literally, you're going to be nothing but satisfied and impressed. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Links are below.